Okay. So you want to noodle us in there, Phil?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, beautiful, Phil. Thank you so much. Our guest musician this morning, Phil Jacobs. Thank you. And good morning, everyone. Welcome home to a body, mind, spirit connection, to traditional New Thought teachings that we make new again and fresh so that you can take these teachings and embody them and live them and make your life a little fuller and richer and happier and expansive. Oh, I would just invite everybody after that beautiful medley to just take a breath in and then exhale. Whew. Fully exhale, release, let go. And there is something very grounding about a full, deep, big belly exhale. So just know you can bring yourself back to this moment at any time by taking a breath in and fully exhaling. And so I'm going to invite you, Phil, to lead us off in our opening song this morning.
Perfect. Thank you, Helen. And thank you for the reminder of the breath as we drop in here. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountain should crumble into the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me, stand by me.
What a beautiful song to lead us into this morning. Thank you, Phil. And a beautiful song to lead us into our ritual of lighting the candles, our ritual of acknowledging the unity between all religions and philosophies that really bring us together into that sense of oneness and connectedness. So I am going to light this candle, and first of all, I am going to, as I light it, acknowledge the light in each and every one of you, for that is who and what we are. Come on, little candle. I know you can do it. Yes. Light. And you know, ritual is such a wonderful way of marking a moment, a time, and recognizing the truth, the spiritual truth of the moment. So, as I move into acknowledging our different religions and how they bring us together as one. The Hindus worship God as one reality, one consciousness. And behind the diversity of existence, there exists a unity. Behind individual souls, there's the self. All beings are unified in the one self. That ultimate reality is called Brahman, which is to grow and expand, which I absolutely love. And then we have Judaism. And in Judaism, they say, our finite world is an expression of God's oneness. Without a new act of creation, every instant, nothing would exist. That includes us. The only true, real existence is the infinite. And Buddhism, inside of you, you can find everything. There is only one thing you do not contain, a self. This is a Zen master's way of saying, A, you're purely made of stuff that isn't you. And B, everything that seems to be outside of you is actually a part of you. The fancy spiritual term is called non-duality. And we talk about non-duality, also known as our oneness. That is the cornerstone of New Thought teachings. And in Christianity, when Jesus talks about oneness, he's not just speaking about an equivalency of being, such as I am myself divine. Rather, what he had in mind is a mutual, I love that, a mutual indwelling. I am in God, God is in you, you are in God, we are in each other, we are one. And in Islam, in the heart of Islam, there's no room for arrogance or racism. Allah tells us that the diversity of life and the various languages and colors of human beings is a sign of Allah's majesty and a lesson for us all to learn about humility, equality, and the appreciation of our differences. The Baha'i faith emphasizes the unity of humanity, transcending all divisions of race, nation, gender, caste, and social class, while celebrating its diversity. And of course, in New Thought and Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes says there is a creative, infinite energy that is the source of all that is, and that the universal presence of love is all that is. Everything in the universe is made up of the creative energy and is unique and an individualized expression of that one infinite creative energy. And with that, I am going to invite our beautiful practitioner of the day. It's so great to have her join us as the practitioner of the day, and that is Linda Vysotsky. And she'll lead us off in affirmative prayer.
Thank you, Reverend Helen. So I invite us all right here in this moment to take several deep cleansing breaths together. And simply gently exhale. And one more time. And if it feels comfortable, gently allow your eyes to close. Right here, right now, I know I have an internal compass within me that leads to peace. This beacon of light I call God. This internal compass is bright, it is love, and it is peace. And I know that this is the truth of who I am. Nothing can disturb this peace. I envision a perfect world, grounded in peace, in love, in wisdom, in compassion, in understanding. I am a fearless expression of God. Each day I renew my mind. I ask, what would make me happy today? How can I serve? I embrace each and every day as a brand new day filled with infinite possibilities. I pay attention to my mind and I surrender my words and my wisdom to God. I choose to focus on expansive, curious thoughts. What is mine to be today? I am open and receptive to a day of miracles and miraculous encounters. I am one with God. Grateful for this knowing that God is all there is, grateful for my life and for the opportunity to live my life full out each and every day. More and more good is unfolding. I let go and I let God lead the way. I release these words to the law of mind as law. I release, I let go, I surrender, and I know that all is good, all is God. Please join me in saying, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Linda. That was beautiful. Oh, I love the internal compass.
What is my internal compass?
Love it. All right, Phil, I'm going to hand it over to you for our prayerful, beautiful, beautiful song. Wait until you hear this. I heard it yesterday for the first time. It's an original. And if you want to say more about it, Phil, have at it. I just, so delightful.
Thank you, Helen. Yeah, it's called Heartland, and I wrote it as a guide for myself whenever I check out, or if I slip out of peace or slip into an unconscious activity. So this is the inner dialogue. So I'm reframing the dialogue inside my head. There's a place I know called Heartland. Please, won't you come and visit there? Somewhere out there beyond Heartland, there's a place riddled with fear. Oh, won't you go home to Heartland? This is your home in Heartland. Once upon a time, not so long ago, in Heartland, there lived a playful golden lion cub who played all night and rested all day in Heartland. All the games in Heartland were about love. Oh, won't you come home to Heartland? This is your home in Heartland. Sometimes I look upon myself as separate from the love and truth. I end up in the land of fear, in a place where I can't hear. There's a place I know called Heartland. Please, won't you come and visit there? Somewhere in there we'll find Heartland. Some place that you and I will hold true and dear. Oh, won't you come home to Heartland?
This is your home in Heartland. Everybody's welcome home to Heartland. This is your home in Heartland. And there it is.
Beautiful. Thank you, Phil.
Thank you.
So yesterday we had some teacher training for Spirit Breath, and Phil led a 10-minute Spirit Breath class and then played this song at the end, and we were all like, oh. So just imagine doing like 5 minutes of breathing in and oxygenating your body, your mind, opening up to your soul and taking all those words in, and it was absolutely exquisite, Phil. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Helen.
And I'm going to turn it over to Linda. Linda, come on back in. As our practitioner of the day, I was going to say the week, the month, year, always as our practitioner, because Linda works very much on being consciousness on demand at all times. I have seen her step into some things and I went, right on, Linda. She's got it going on, that woman. How is renewal of your mind working for you this month?
Well, this past week, Helen, I decided that I was going to, no matter what the conditions were happening out in the world, I was going to take a real conscious inner journey within myself, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So how I do this is I set my alarm for 15 minutes earlier each morning, and I just took some deep breaths and relaxed and said to Spirit, what is mine to do today? And I'm always divinely guided. So I sat with the messages, breathing in and just being fully centered in the moment. After getting out of bed and then getting my coffee, I would come and I'd listen to your Spirit Breath meditation at 8:00, and that set me up for my day. Then I continued on having, I have a trainer, so I was outside exercising. I'm reading a wonderful book called Untamed, which is all about getting to listen and really be guided by the inner knowing. And actually, Judy and Margaret Ann are leading a book study with this book. So I'm really excited about that this week. But I was constantly aligning my heart, my mind, and my gut in alignment. What is best for me right here, right now? And I was led to journal. I was led to put on some wonderful music by ABBA, which I know is one of your favorites. I was led to savoring. My word for this week was savoring. I savored all these experiences with love and with connection and with expansion. And I created savored meals myself, and just strictly focusing on the moment, just training my mind to just be in gratitude for what is. So, I mean, I've worked this on a part-time basis, but not really fully focusing on myself. And so, and then in the evening, I'd continue reading my book, have a nice bath, then walk the dog, come back, and then go to bed in gratitude. And constantly saying throughout the day, affirming, nothing can disturb my peace. Nothing can disturb my peace. So it's so empowering when one takes this time to align what is best for me in this present moment and live that way. Right? So it's been a great week. It's certainly going to be a continual practice of consciousness and following this inner compass, which is God. I'm feeling very empowered.
That's beautiful. And I love that nothing can disturb your peace, to make that just such a part of your day so that you're really, really clear on how you're going to handle everything and what you're going to do for yourself. It's beautiful, Linda. I remember our dear friend, Dr. Badri Ricky, saying to me once, he said, Helen, if you can't be happy just lying on a beach day after day after day, he said, you're not going to find it in the hectic world you're living in. And I'm like, the idea of just lying on a beach day after day, like that's my worst nightmare. No, my worst nightmare would be going into the water.
Water, I was going to say.
I'm going into the beach, water at the beach, day after day after day. But yes, we have this beautiful opportunity right now to take this time, and how wonderful.
I mean, there's always conditions that are happening in the world, in our own personal lives, always. And that's life. And it's how we respond to them that really creates or makes our moments, right? So, yeah, I feel like a ship that's anchored, really anchored now. I mean, I felt that before, but there's a different level of knowing right now for me.
Well, and I think that's what happens when we're building and building and building on our practices and learning and growing and taking classes and reading, praying, meditating, listening to inspiring music. And really, they're stackable moments. One in and of itself doesn't really do anything. But, as one friend said to me, well, after 10 years and thousands of dollars, I think I finally got this down. But it's like we build a foundation.
Yeah.
And then we're able to really live from that foundation. And it takes a commitment to build that foundation. And you've been doing it a long time, and
know that
you have done your work, woman. It is awesome to see.
Thank you. Well, it helps to be surrounded with a wonderful community of which I'm in, and the supportive love that I have in that community is what sustains and supports me. So I'm very grateful, very grateful.
Yes, community. So important. I'm actually, it's so funny because all the things you talked about are things that I'm touching on today as well. So it's a wonderful integration and weaving of and reinforcing of these ideas and concepts and spiritual truths.
Yes.
Yes. Would you like to lead us into our affirmation for today?
So our affirmation for today is, my consciousness is always evolving towards truth, beauty, love, justice, and wholeness. Let's say that. I'll say it one more time. Let's say it together if we can. My consciousness is always evolving towards truth, beauty, love, justice, and wholeness. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you. All right, Phil, take it away with your next original song, which you've quickly changed the title to this morning.
With your help, you know something I don't know, and when we share, like Linda so beautifully, you just shared your practice. That's amazing. That's something that I can incorporate. So when we're sharing like that, it's a beautiful place. So we definitely need to share, don't we? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna start that again. Sorry.
What do you want? What do you need? Where does my love fit into your needs? All I want right now is for you to see a love for you comes easily. I know everybody's lonely here, but I can talk to you a little, walk to you. You know something that I don't know, swinging to and fro, from your lips to my flow. What can you see? That it's not really me. But where is your fire? The one that burns desire. Here we go together into the depths of despair. I smell the pain of deceit flowing through the air. We know everybody's lonely here, but we can talk to you a little, walk with you. We know something that you don't know, swinging to and fro, from our lips to your flow. What do we need? What do we want? All I know right now is for you to see that love comes easily. I know everybody's lonely, but I can talk to you a little, walk to you. You know something that I don't know, swinging to and fro, from your lips to my flow.
Beautiful. Thank you, Phil. You know something I don't know. I love that. So I took a few deep exhales this week. I don't know if anybody else did, but I just found this week there's a few things that happened. I had a revelation, which was pretty cool. I'll talk a little bit about that. It was probably the first time this week also that I was a little bit antsy about lockdown. I'm like, probably because I was supposed to be getting on a plane on Thursday and flying to Calgary and teaching for the week. And well, that certainly isn't happening. And that's good. I trust in that that's just fine and I am right where I'm meant to be. But there was a little bit of like, oh, how much longer is this going to go on for? I think I'm done. I'm done. I want this to be done. Well, isn't that just a test of my patience and testing what I want to happen? And so there were a few moments I just had to just breathe out and let it all go. Really, really let it go. And then I don't think anyone can dispute that the most talked about young woman this week is Amanda Gorman, who delivered her poem, The Hill We Climb, at the US inauguration on Wednesday. That was, for me, mind-blowing, amazing. I felt after she spoke her poem that there was a quantum leap taken in the consciousness of the entire world. Now that's just my experience, and some of you might be going, oh no, really? Huh? Didn't feel anything. It was just another day. Maybe, except that we're all connected and we're all one, and we're all always evolving in our consciousness. Her words, for if there is always light, if we are brave enough to see it, if only we are brave enough to be it. There is always light. If we are brave enough to see it, if only we are brave enough to be it. To be the light that we are. And those words sent shivers down my spine, because here they came from not some, for lack of a better word, older person who's been around a while. This was a young, she's 22, that's young, vibrant woman who's had her own struggles, who is so clear and passionate about the voice she wants to put out into the world. And I thought, wow, there is incredible hope for this world if this is the youth coming up. It's like, all right, move over and let them shine. Let them step into the light and just let the light of their beingness, illuminate all of our minds, renew all of our minds, bring us back to remembering who we are. And being brave enough to be the light, doesn't mean we need to drown the darkness with light. That's not what that's about. That's called doing a spiritual bypass. What it means is we bring our darkness to the light. We embrace our darkness, our own shadow side, and all of us have that. All of us have that, those aspects that aren't so nice and pretty, but we can embrace them and learn from them, evolve into, as our affirmation says, evolve into the truth, the beauty, the justice, the love, the wholeness that we are. So, here is my question to you this morning. What is the mantra that you are living your life by? What is the mantra? What is that constant voice that goes on in your head, that mantra that you are living your life from? So I invite you to consider it, because if you don't know what it is, a great way to become conscious of that mantra is, what are you thinking when you first wake up in the morning? Are you going to, what Linda says, of gratitude and presence and what is mine to do today? Or are you waking up with thoughts of dread and, life sucks? And, I will say I had a couple of moments this week of like, oh, it's the same old day. I feel like I'm living Groundhog Day. I'm like, oh my God, I'm in the movie. And, you know, when that happens, it's not like we pretend it's not. It's like, okay, what's going on for me here? What is it that I do need to know? What is mine to do? And so when we come back to remembering that every one of us is this vibrant, creative life force energy of light, and we have choice in how we want to use this energy. So today, in the 30-day challenge, the intention was to take action to live a purposeful life. And so, you know, every morning or sometimes the night before, I think about, okay, what does this mean? What do I want to say about it? What do I need to do? And so what I did was I thought about purpose. Now, our purpose, if we for any of you who've studied Troward and the creative process and the Edinburgh lectures, or you're studying quantum physics, as I'm still seem to be studying quantum physics, I'm hanging in there. Our purpose in life is to live a joyful life. So then I got thinking, a joyful life. We often ask the question, what brings you joy? What brings you joy? What brings me joy? No, we're going from effect to cause. My revelation was, am I bringing joy to everything that I do? Am I bringing my true essence? Because this is who we are. This is who we are. Joy. We're born joyful. We learn to be different things, but our true inherent nature is joy. And so when you think of yourself as that little baby, that's what you were. So instead of asking yourself the question, what brings me joy? Ask yourself, am I bringing joy to everything that I'm doing? Every conversation that I have. And you know how infectious joy is. You know when somebody's got that joyful laugh, it's like you want to be around them. They're great, they're fun, they're light, they're expansive. Well, guess what? All of us can be that way. It's a choice. It's how we choose to use our energy. So are you bringing your energy of joy to what you're doing? And you can use this joy then to cultivate feelings of worthiness, to know who you are, and to recognize your inherent being is joy, love, light, wholeness, this expansive energy. So this would also lead us into making choices that intentionally move us towards the archetype of wholeness. And the archetype of wholeness, from a quantum perspective, includes the integration of our 5 bodies. So we don't just have one body, we have 5 bodies. We have our physical being, we have our vital feeling body, which is the source of our experience of feeling. We have our mental thinking body, which often can be very overdeveloped. We have our supramental body, which is our energetic spiritual body. And then we have our bliss body. And that is when we are in unification with all of our bodies in the quantum field of pure potentiality. And this is when we manifest at warp speed. So this bliss, this joy comes from recognizing we have these different aspects of ourselves and we want to integrate them so we're living in harmony or coherence or congruence, however you want to put it, so that you move into the bliss body. And that's when it's so easy to bring joy to everything we are doing. And in moving towards wholeness, then we're in balance and we're in harmony with life, which also includes our darkness. We don't have to fight it or push it away. It's like, okay, yeah, I hold it with the same amount of love as I'm going to hold everything else. And cradle it with the same amount of love and joy that I cradle every other aspect of myself. So we sometimes forget that the darkness isn't wrong. It's a part of life. It's, the backdrop for the stars at night and the space between what we know and what we don't know. And there have always been great revelations when we go into that space. And I was in that space this morning when I realized, gotta stop looking from the outside in. And it's funny how that happens sometimes, because I remember this was like way back in 2007, and I was giving some sort of a talk. I can't remember why I wasn't even a practitioner then, but it was for Reverend Barbara Schreiner Trudell. It was just a brief talk. And I remember the words coming out of my mouth before I even understood, really, really embodied the law of cause and effect. And I said, the law of cause and effect is two sides of the same coin. They're the same thing. And in my mind, I'm going, I'm saying this, but I don't really know if it's true, but it's coming out of my mouth. And where is it coming from? Well, that was for me in that moment, another revelation of, I do get it more on an intuitive level. I don't it's like we sometimes doubt ourselves using our intellectual or our mental body, and we go into that second guessing of ourselves. And yet if we tap into that intuitive, all-knowing, supramental body of spirit, it knows. It knows exactly what to say, what to do, how to bring ourselves so that we can be this fully integrated person. And so moving through all of what you are moving through, and I've spoken to many of you and I know stuff that's going on for you, trust, start to go inside and listen to your wise inner voice of guidance. Listen to that place that knows, versus getting caught up in the world out there. Because it's so great when these understandings, these revelations, this knowingness comes through, and these teachings just land in such a solid way. I mean, I guess that's why they call it new thought, because we're always getting new thoughts. And I'm like, I got this new thought. It's really cool. I love it. So be aware for yourself of what are those messages that you're putting out into the universal presence, because whatever you're putting out, what tapes are running in your head, that's what we end up creating more of. And when we come back into the knowing that, wait a minute, I can bring myself to anything from a joyful place. I can bring myself to eating from a joyful place, from, knitting. Well, I'm sure Linda does bring herself to knitting from a joyful place, and her puzzles, and bring yourself to one of the community groups from a joyful place, and raise up the energy and have more fun and experience more expansion. So I can only imagine the laughter that's going to go on in the knitting group the next time they get together, because they'll all be bringing themselves to the knitting group from joy. And if you're not in that joyful place, don't worry, the universe doesn't judge you. The universe doesn't even need to forgive you for any misdirected choice you make, because the universe doesn't see that there's anything to forgive. Our creative light, our infinite light that is within us, that we can be, only knows and creates from the potential of itself. But you have to know this in order to activate it. You have to know that that light is within you. You have to know that it is your choice to bring that light, that joy to everything that you do. You turn on the switch from the inside. We keep waiting for something from the outside to help us turn on the light switch. It's an inside job. But once you activate that light switch, once you are activated into light and joy, you are liberated. You are liberated from suffering, and you can just allow your light to shine. So Ernest Holmes says, there can be no outer freedom without some level of inner light and liberation. This is a universal truth, but a lesson that each of us must learn for ourselves. If we pursue freedom from a reactionary position out of our own fear or anger, we are working on too small of a scale. The path to full liberation, to freedom, has always been its source in an infinite, universal presence of a creative power within us, within each and every one of us. And so, to recognize that when we become the light, we free and we liberate ourselves. And we do that, when we do that, we no longer hurt anyone. We no longer hurt ourselves. And this doesn't mean that we become a doormat. It means that light, the love, the infinite presence of God, universe, spirit, does not want you to suffer, does not want me to suffer, does not want anyone to suffer. We're the ones that are doing it in our own minds from our separation. And so, allow yourself to go within this week and turn on that light switch. Let that joy just bubble over. Bring your joy, your enthusiasm, your expansiveness to everything that you do. And allow your light to shine. Allow it to just be so bright, to be the light you are. That means you are practicing courage. You're being really clear about what your values are. You're standing strong in them. You're being self-compassionate. And then you bring yourself to relationship and create more authentic, intimate relationships. And, this is our relationships with one another, our relationships in this community, they're golden. They are so valuable to me, to you, to all of us, because the worst thing that any one of us can do is turtle inward and become insular when we're in our darkness. What we want to do is reach out to a group of people that see you, that love you, that know there's nothing to forgive, and that will bring their joy and allow their light to shine. And that is infectious and inspiring. So don't turtle in. If you need support and love and connection, then reach out. And that's why we have our community care circle. And of course, you can always contact Linda and Margaret Ann or Tasha to become part of that, so that you can bring your joy to somebody else, as well as receive the joy and love that somebody has to give you. There's a wonderful quote by Desmond Tutu. Hope is being able to see there is light despite all of the darkness. And while we don't always use hope, I think hope is actually a beautiful word, because Hope is a feeling of trust that life will get better. So one of the things to emerge, and is the importance of community in all of what we're experiencing. And now you can bring your light, your joy to shine. Light begets more light. And so there's always, always someone to reach out to. And for you, to really ask yourself, wow, how can I bring my joyful self to each and every situation? And when I was listening to some interviews with Amanda Gorman and reading up on her life story, her life wasn't always easy. And sometimes we forget that when someone reaches that moments of brilliance, what their journey was to get there, and what it takes for someone to get to that place where they can let their light shine and share their gifts and talents with another and with the world. And so, be on your journey, allow it to unfold and be filled with light, and know that, we all have a story and we all have a journey that we're taking during this time, and also during the time, when we come together again too. So allow your light to transcend the darkness, to live it, to be it, and recognize always there is a power for good that is responding to each and every one of us. So I invite you to open your mind, open your body, open your soul, and bringing your individual experience and more light, more love, for that power for good that is within each and every one of us enables each of us to help each other, and then to bless and help the whole world. So namaste. Thank you so much. Let your light shine. Be the light. Become the light, for the light is always there. And bring your joy to everything that you do. Namaste. And I am just going to check something, because, Rustin, have you had that baby?
No, February 24th.
Okay, February 24th. There was a lot of chatter going on in the chat, so I thought, oh, maybe you had the baby already.
No, not yet. We're still waiting.
Okay,
We're still patiently waiting. Excited. We can't wait to meet that little person.
I know. You will see what it means to be pure joy.
Well, I just read this book, The Selfish Gene by Richard Hawkins. Mm-hmm. And he's talking about,
I don't know if you just muted yourself there, Rustin, or you...
Sorry about that. Yeah, and the premise was the basic thing that we are here for is to procreate, but as humans, we have this ego and we think that we're so much more, but it's to actually have a kid. And I never thought that. I never believed in that myself. But now that I'm about to embark on this journey, I'm starting to feel that. It's incredible. I'm feeling like the ape that I am. I'm just, I don't know what it is, but it's wild. I'm just like, oh, look at that little baby in the corner with Judy. Cute. That's awesome. But yeah, it's just, I just think about it and I get so emotional all the time that I almost don't want to think about it right now, because I just start to cry, and I don't know. It's not a fear. It's joy. It's just
joy.
The joy feeling. It's just crazy. So I'm just avoiding it. I just want to hold it. I have a little baby Yoda that I got for Christmas, and I'm practicing holding the baby Yoda. It's really cute. So anyway.
Oh,
thanks for asking, guys. I really appreciate you.
Oh, it's wonderful. And, all that joy you're feeling, just let it shine through. How wonderful. Oh, Fantastic.
That's incredible. Thanks, guys.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing the baby on Zoom.
Absolutely. I'm gonna send you guys some emails and stuff once that's out, and we'll get some pics going on and stuff for sure.
Great. Thank you, Rustin.
Thank you guys. Have a wonderful Sunday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I am going to share my screen and we'll review our mission statement, which is supporting people in exploring their spiritual intelligence. I love that. Using new thought principles and philosophy to transform their lives. And we do this through classes, meditation, prayer, music, community events, and our Sunday celebration of love. And our vision statement is love only, forgive everything, remember who I am. And if we could all say out loud our giving affirmation: divine love flows through me. It blesses and multiplies all that I have, all I give, and all I receive. I am richly blessed, creating a greater and greater flow of abundance. And so it is. And so you can do your tithe through welcomeometoronto.com. You can send an e-transfer to admin@welcomeometoronto.com. And no, this month our tithe is to the Red Door Family Shelter. And again, yes, Spirit Breath, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. So you can come and fill up your mind, your body, let that spirit shine through for half an hour from 8 to 8:30. And then, at 12:30 today, we have our Healing Affirmative Prayer Circle with our practitioners, and Phil is going to provide music. So it's the same Zoom link. Just come on back at 12:30, and all you have to do is be open and take in the beautiful music and the prayer, and elevate your own consciousness. Then also Beach Bingo! Beach Bingo with Reverend Fred and myself next Sunday from 7 to 8 p.m. Go to the website and get your tickets now. And the reason I say that is we need to know how many tickets and who we're sending, how many tickets we're sending out to people, blah, 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 blah. So please get your tickets this week. Don't wait till the last minute. Fred and I will be going crazy. So go and get your tickets and let's have some fun. And this is a great little fundraiser for Welcome Home and a great way to have some fun. So that's all the information there is on our website. And oh, the other thing I want to say about Beach Bingo, like share it with your friends. Share it. I'll send out a separate email with the Beach Bingo information. Share that with your friends. Get them to come on and buy tickets. We are going to have a lot of fun with this. So, and hey, that's a great way to bring your joy to an experience. Awesome. I love it.
I love that. That picture is so amazing with you and Fred. It's so good.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Phil, for your beautiful music today. Thank you, Linda, for your brilliance, your consciousness, and how you just bring yourself to life itself. And thank you, Welcome Home community. So wonderful to come together on a Sunday for an hour. And so with that, Phil, I'm going to have you take us out.
Amazing. Thank you, Helen. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, everyone, for your wisdom and sharing today. Life is an adventure, and we like to share the light, start the fire, share the fire. And every step of the way, we may not get what we want, but we always get what we need at that moment. And for me, it's the message. it's the message and the situation and the circumstance. Saw her today at the reception, a glass of wine in her hand. I knew she would meet her connection. At her feet was a footloose man. But no, you can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, you might find you get what you need. Oh, you get what you need. Oh. And I went down to the demonstration to get my fair share of abuse. The singing, we're gonna vent our frustration. If we don't, we're gonna blow a 50 amp fuse. So you can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, you might find you get what you need. Oh, you get what you need. Oh, I went down to the Chelsea drugstore to get your prescription filled. I was standing in line with Mr. Jimmy, and man, did he look pretty ill. We decided that we would have a soda. My favorite flavor, cherry red. I sung my song to Mr. Jimmy, and yeah, he said one word to me, and that was dead. I said to him, you can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, you might find you get what you need. Oh, you get what you need. I saw her today at the reception. In a glass was a bleeding man. She was practiced at the art of deception. Well, I could tell by her blood-stained hands. So you can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, you might find you get what you need. Oh, you get what you need. Oh, you
what you need. Ooh, you get what you need.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phil. Yes, we do get what we need. And so let's take all that love, light, and joy and be it. Be it out in the world. Have a beautiful Sunday, everyone. I know, Werner, you were watching all the way from Germany. Wow, thank you. Nice to have you join us. And thank you, everyone, for joining in. Much love and blessings. And please use this Zoom link. It's also on the website. If you just click on the prayer square on the front page, it'll take you to the Zoom link and join us for prayer circle, healing circle at 12:30. All right.